wonderful weekend. Let's get this week started. We are finally making our moves back to the upside a little bit overnight. I love seeing that. So let's just do a little recap like we always do, just to get your head in the game and understand what happened in the pre-market session. Let me just move my camera down. Perfect. So pretty much, what did we see overnight, right? Obviously, the 27, 28, right? Sunday night, 27th, 28 today, right now. Pretty much just nice, clean push to the upside. From one pivot level to the next, right? Perfect move. We're finally hitting our resistance level. Again, the pivot levels will act as support and resistance. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. Pretty much hit it to the tick, plus minus a tick, and then finally getting a little bit of a pullback, but we should still be in good hands. I don't see it just dumping, right? As we approach, the end of September, we're finally starting the quarter. We're finally getting that momentum back. We're getting away from that September sell-off. Historically, September has always been a month where a sell-off happens, and the S&P 500, the average return has always been low or negative, and same case again, right? It's a psychological thing. It started way back when, and it kind of just continued every time. People were just like, oh, September, not the best time to trade. And this is why you see a lot of traders, actually, they take most of their vacations right then as well. Right now, we're just waiting for that opening bell. Good morning, Chris. I hope you guys all had a nice weekend, man. I know my weekend was busy. It was fun. I went on a hike, got some good food, kind of just relaxed and did some work. Okay, so market is open. Let's start. Nice green push. Okay. I want to see if we finally break out of our normal habits for the past couple weeks, right? Where the first 5 minutes has always become a doji candle. high wicks on both sides. Market's not fluctuate. It's just hopping back and forth before it does anything. We haven't really gotten a day where it's just completely pushing through. And today might be the day. Keyword might. Obviously we can't predict everything. We just analyze what's happening in the moment and trade based on that. Good morning, Warren. Thank you. Good luck to you too. And everyone else. I love seeing that you guys are always consistent, always showing up. That shows that, hey, you guys are consistent traders. You guys are taking your time. You're disciplined to show up every morning. I love that. Respect that. That's one of the hardest parts, right? Showing up every day. That's when you know, is this really meant for me, or is this really something I'm doing for fun, right? You're showing up every morning. You know you love it. You have the passion for it. If you don't have the passion for it, you'll give up, right? Pretty much the overnight was nice. Had nice moves, nice and smooth swings, right? I take you to the algo page, right? Obviously, colors don't match. We don't trade. That trade does not matter. I don't care if it beats it. Does not matter to me. Here, even though it went up, I wouldn't have entered here. But we had nice plays right here and here. These two are the ones I would have entered if I was personally trading the overnight. Quick little draw out. Take profit level 3 would have got you 850. Sorry, 8 point. Yeah, 8.5 points. This one, let's take profit level 3 as well. Moves 8.25, but if you followed the rules, technically you would have been only in for 2.75 points, because when you're trying to scale, it hits second take profit level. You move your stop loss up to level 1, and you're okay with that because you're being profitable. You're not risking a reversal, a random reversal, right? Even though you wouldn't have got 8 points here, you would have still walked away with the 2.75 points, which is still good. I'm gonna pull the other charts back up now. And I was really happy to see that a lot of people tuned in on Friday, even after I left, right? Everyone watched the video, got like 168 views. I was like, because I looked at it Sunday night because I didn't look at YouTube for over the weekend, and I was like, wow. Normally it's like 20, 30, 40, 50 views, and then all of a sudden like 168. And I was like so happy. Like when things finally pick up momentum, like I get so happy, man. And I'm a momentum trader too, so finally getting that push. Great. Obviously, first test for our pivot level was right over here. Active resistance, bounced back. Fairly mini pullback. Now it's breaking through. That's why I always go for the first test if I trade it. But see. We did get a little scalp alert right on this candle if you want to go for a point. I know some of you over the weekend asked me for the algos. I gave you the regular algo. I gave you the scalp algo. So hopefully you guys are catching the moves. Right now, I'll show you, right? This signal we got at 9:20 before market open. Obviously, I didn't want to risk it before market open because the way we opened for the past couple of days, but obviously this is working out beautifully, breaking through. But just personally, I wouldn't have gotten in the signal. I will be honest with that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, it worked out, so I would have gotten no. I wouldn't have got into this because that didn't match my rule set. And I'm going back to following my rules 100% because I did deviate from that for the past couple weeks. So more discipline coming my way. But SB, scalp buy, right? Alert. You want to go for a quick point, you would have got that. Like, it just pumped up, right? Sure, in the 1 minute, it's popping up as well. 1 minute, scalp, yep. Now we're in the 1 minute, it's finally taking that little comeback. Okay. That's normal. We are around like our pivot level. Comes at key levels, right? You gotta be careful around your key levels. Broke through it, pushed down. So, see. Kind of interesting because usually this type of candle formation happens when like the first 5 minute candle, right? But in today's case, it happened in the second one, which doesn't happen quite too often. Yeah, Chris, overall trend is up, man. As we saw overnight, like I don't need to draw anything out for you guys. You can just see it's just been pumping up. It's taking its nice little dips, pump up, nice little dips, pump up, nice little dips, pump up. That's it. That's a nice, beautiful market. So if somebody was trading overnight, like I'm sure you guys like profited nicely overnight because this was an easy market to read. It just went from one pivot level to the next, right? Here, up here. I think, Chris, were you the one that traded overnight? I think so, right? No? Hard to keep track now, man. It's like so many people ask me questions. It's like hard to keep track of who I'm talking about, what their background is. You did micro scalps. Yeah, man, I had trouble sleeping too, but I wasn't gonna trade overnight because I was like, that's like the worst thing I could do. I slept at like 2 a.m. because I couldn't fall asleep, and I got into bed before like around 11, so I just couldn't fall asleep for like 3 hours. It was very annoying. But surprisingly, when I woke up, I have a lot of energy today, so hopefully I don't crash. Um, yeah, micros are lower risk. I'm still waiting to hear back from TradeAway for my other account. I did want to start the micros challenge and just track that on YouTube. They're all just gonna be swing trades because micros lower risk. Check. Went right back to that morning choppiness. Oh man, I thought we were done with this. Trying to find a clean move that we can trade, but again, we're not gonna be forcing any trades, guys. Like we're done with that. Like I've made that mistake. I was just streaming on YouTube. I knew people were watching me, but that pressure is finally starting to go away. Now I'm just, going back to my ways and gonna take my 1 to 2, 3 trades, right? I'm not a hyper trader. I'm gonna be showing you, oh, look at this. I'm gonna be trading like every 2 seconds. No, I wait for my setup. I'm done. It's like if you break down trading, right? 10% is buying, 10% is selling, 80% of the time, you're just waiting. And I think that's like one of the most killer parts about trading, right? Like let me know what you guys think. Like what do you guys do when you have to like wait for a long time when you're watching like your candles just move up and down like that and you're just like waiting to trade and you haven't gotten in on a trade all the time? Does it actually get to your head, or are you super disciplined to the point where it's like, hey, this is part of the game, like this is the rule I have to follow, just wait for your setup? Or like, hey, I'm kind of bored, I want to take a trade? Gets to your head? Okay. That's what I thought. Because like, I think that's like one of the things when we talk about trading psychology and everything, right? So we talk about like understanding the market dynamics as well as your emotions to the market. When you have your money invested into something, obviously your emotions are going to kind of come out. It's like the same thing if, God forbid, you get hacked, your account gets hacked or something, and they take all your money. That's gonna change you up because you're like, hey, I needed that money because I use it for my daily to day life, provide for your family, etc., etc. And trading brings out that even more. But I think what we have to understand is that when you're trading, like obviously you should be trading with money that you're okay to lose, right? That's number one. Don't be over leveraged if you're starting out. Don't trade money that you can't afford to lose. Looks like if this you're trading with your rent money or your mortgage money, you're not in the right position to trade. Save up, take the time, and then trade with money that you can afford to lose, because you will make mistakes before you start profiting. Happens to everyone. There hasn't been one trader that says, "Oh, I started today. Like I've been making money ever since." Like it's not like that. Yeah, and a lot of people do get impatient because they're like they see other people posting, like even on Instagram or YouTube, they'll see, oh, this guy's trading live. You guys see me trade live. How many trades do I actually take? I've never taken more than 5 trades within a given day. I might take five, like more than 5 swing positions, but that's because like again, I'm holding those. I'm not like staring at the charts for that. I'm waiting for my alerts. But futures or anything hype, like when you're trying to day trade it, never took more than 5, and most of the time it's like 1 or 2. I wait for my algo alerts and I just trade those, and I'll go for 1 to 2 or 3 scalps, and that's about it. And I also have the rule, I follow that baseball rule where it's like 3 strikes and you're out. If I have 3 trading losses within any given trading day, I cut it. I'm out. Whatever, I'll come back tomorrow. But it just means that my mental headspace isn't right, because if I'm getting 3 wrong when I normally win more than that, it's like that means something's wrong today. This isn't the market for you. You have to step away, because your strategies aren't going to be built for every single market. You can have different strategies to trade every single market, yes, but you're depending on only one single strategy. You have to understand it's not going to work 100% of the time. I think that's like one of the things I really loved about YouTube, guys. Is like I was able to finally like reflect on myself, because I see myself talking, I see myself trading, and it works as a journal, right? So that's the one thing I liked about YouTube. It was like Nice little perk from starting it, right? Because before I would just journal my trades and everything, which again, if you're not journaling your trades, please do. Like, you don't understand how important that is and how much you can gain from that. Taking notes on why you're losing, why you're winning, what's happening in the markets when you took your trade, they make the biggest change to your trading. I don't like the way this is setting up. I mean, we have kind of just pushed away from that 200 EMA all overnight. We need to make a big pullback yet. So potentially, right, what might happen is that we might see a nice little push down, maybe mids, right? Because this is, you're looking at the volume and understand like high volume nodes, low volume nodes, and everything. We can see that push all the way to the downside, like around 33.13. If we do get that little sell off, right, before we start seeing buyers, because once we break through 33.26, 25, it'll probably be a quick move because there's been no volume there at all overnight as well. And I know some people love trading the volume profile, which is great. It's a great system, but you need practice with it. I personally don't take trades off of the volume profile. I understand where volume is, and I understand the theories behind it as a backset to my analysis to reading the market, but I don't trade off of the volume profile because that's just me, right? I have my own system that I found success with, so I just trade that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Delta's giving us a little bit of selling pressure here. To be honest, I don't mind taking a scalp play short because of the way we're selling off, and since we have that room, because we need that bigger pullback. We've been just having minor pullbacks, it's not really anything, but this seems like a bigger pullback, which I am more than comfortable taking a scalp on this one. But I will wait for the candle to close first. What made me switch to Heikinashi? Well, I just like the way that I can read the chart on it, man. Like, it makes sense. Like, it's takes out the noise. Like, if I'm like trading like, if I'm like just scalping based off price action, yeah, then you will have to use regular candlesticks. But I personally, like, I don't know. I like the way the charts are set up. I like the way like it's how easy it is to read the direction of the market in the Heikinashi. So that's why I trade the Heikinashi. But it depends on what I'm trying to do, right? If I'm in the 5 minutes and I'm just looking for my algo plays and I'm trying to wait for big plays, I trust the Heikin system. But if I'm going for quick price action moves, then obviously I will be using regular candlesticks. Like, you're not really gonna get price action readings based off of Heikin because of the formula that they use to create Heikin, right? And Heikin kind of just acts as a confirmation of like the trend turning around. And I know some people, if you look at the long time frames, they literally just use like on the daily charts or something. They will literally just use Heikin charts. Whenever it turns green, they enter. Whenever it turns red, they sell. And that's what some people do. But obviously, trading doing it on the daily charts, you need some patience, and that's something a lot of people will struggle with. I mean, it gets to me sometimes, and I think I'm pretty patient. I mean, I do get impatient sometimes, that's for sure. Big pockets. I mean, if you're trading like weekly options or monthly options and you use the Heikin system, that has like a nice flow to it. Very easy to understand. Even for beginners, they're able to trade it. Yeah, if you're trading the dailies only, then yeah. I mean, or you could just be working a 9 to 5 and you just want to get invested into the markets a little bit more, right? I like the simplicity of what you said, however, I want to know what's after that sentence. Oh, you like the simplicity of the Hikanashi Daily that you mentioned? Okay. Yeah, man, if you ever wanted to get into options and you wanted to do like long-term options or just like, make big swing plays for your retirement account or your Roth account, I do that for my Roth account. Um, Pretty much love putting I think I spend more time in my Roth just because I know tax benefits the best, even though you can't take it out till like later on in life. But that's good, right? Because like you're not focused on using that money anytime soon, and you're kind of just securing your financial future. A lot of people don't know that you can trade in your Roth IRA. They just think, oh, it's just another 401k, and you just gotta like do that. But no, your Roth IRA you can trade in, and you can grow it. You can grow your account. It'll be tax free, which is the best part. When you don't gotta pay those capital gains tax. Oof. I know people that trade just Apple on the Heikin charts, on the daily charts for their retirement accounts, just to grow it. If they're like, oh, I don't want to become like a trader or anything, but I just want to improve how much money I make in my retirement accounts. And they literally just pick like 5, 10 stocks. They trade them on the daily charts because guess what? You have your full-time job. You're not really interested in trading, but you just want to make sure you're in a better position and you learn a skill. Hey, I'll get in on the daily charts using the Heikin because it's very simple to understand. And regardless of what I do, I'm holding for the long term. So it's like they set themselves up in that good position where if they're holding for the long term, more times than not, it's going to be going up, right? Obviously, there can be anything going on. I have to say that, right? But majority of the time, the market's always been going up. It'll continue, right? So you're always in good hands then because like you're like, okay, if I'm losing on this position, those guys can just hold. Because guess what? That money is just for them to buy and hold. They're not day trading. They're not taking their money out. They're not using it as for regular monthly income like day traders do, like us. And if you haven't opened up a Roth IRA, I highly suggest you do that. That's just my opinion, my advice, right? Obviously, always consult with your financial advisor before you do anything, even trade, but everything has its own risk. Me personally, this is my personal, right? I have a Roth account. I invest in it. I trade in it. I like growing that account. And it's something I don't have to like stare at every single minute. Futures, I love staring at it because like I know I'll make a couple hundred right there immediately. Stocks, I know I have to sit there, wait. I kind of just put it in, I walk away from it. I appreciate the few of you guys that liked the video already. A few more could like it. That would be awesome. You know, I always appreciate that. I am trying to grow this channel. You know that. You see me say that all the time. Morning, you changed your name. Oh, okay. TD Legend now. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I remember. Like we talked about how you worked in like you're from like New York. You know, you worked at the stock exchange in the past and everything. So I remember. As of right now, guys, no trades yet. Still kind of just selling off a little bit. I did want to get short on this candle, but I decided not to because of the way the delta was reacting before. So I didn't feel comfortable with that, and kind of worked out in my favor. I'm still waiting, guys. I'm not gonna be forcing anything. I'm just gonna be waiting. Kind of sucks that we haven't really got alerts right in the morning like we used to. But again, markets always change. September a bit slower. We're not over with September. That's what I started off saying in the beginning, right? September sell-off month. It will be slow, but once we start the new quarter, October, will be good. Uh-oh. So the way it's setting up right now, obviously, we did have a big pump up. Start to kind of create that range bound situation, right? Still above our previous pivot. Still pushing higher. This could easily be a higher pivot low. Perfect. But has a potential to get range bound here. And then potentially drop a little bit before we do anything. Market's not even like highly volatile at the moment. Push down in 1 minute charts. Last week, yeah, it was very volatile, so you could have went in the 1 minute charts, been highly profitable, but when price is moving a bit slower, stick to the 5 minutes. And obviously, I just trade the 5 minutes regardless because I get burned in the 1 minute. Yeah, guys, right now we're really just waiting. We'll do like a quick news update, right? Happening around the world. Always good to do a little recap. Some good news for TikTok is the judge blocks Trump administration's ban on new TikTok downloads from the US App Store, so people can still download TikTok, people can still make their videos. TikTok is a growing platform, and whoever is going to be trying to acquire it, very good revenue, so definitely watch out for that if you want to make a stock move. See. Something crazy that I like. I don't see anything crazy going on. Let's, while we wait, kind of just bouncing back and forth before he wants to make a move. That's completely normal. Let's see. Banks are moving higher. Nothing that I think that anything of value. Yeah, I'm hoping for a bounce to the upside as well. Because when we see this type of formation happen, right, market pumps up, it has to consolidate, and this is where it consolidates, comes range bound, and then it decides to break out either direction, and that's what we have to be patient and waiting for. We don't want to get caught in this area, right? In the area that I'm talking about, right here. You emailed me yesterday? Which check? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't check my email this weekend. I just saw it right now. After I'm done with the stream, I will email you and I will get you all set up. Don't worry about that. So, my bad about the delay. Just got busy over the weekend. Yeah, the fastest way to reach me is through Discord and personal messaging, but I will start making my phone didn't alert me that I got an email on this account for some reason, but hey, I'll make sure that gets fixed and you will have everything set up right after the stream's done, okay? On the Discord, I kind of just like people that personally DM me that want access, I kind of just send them a message and I just give them everything like how to set it up, where to go. Like I give them full tutorial videos. And I just link them that way they get it perfectly and they don't have to like keep searching around. But all I need is so to set it up on TradingView, all I need is if you can either on the email or the Discord, just send me your TradingView username and I can set it up, okay? That's the only thing I need. Come on, let me just send you a personal message on the Discord and send me that there. Yeah, PD Legend, I just sent you the message on Discord and your private chats. Again, just need your trading username and I can set up the free trial for you so you can test it out. Finally getting that push that's looking cool. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'll definitely set it up right after the stream. I just want to make sure I'm focused on this. Obviously, you guys understand that. You guys are traders as well, so you understand looking at the markets. In that push. So pretty much we're getting an algo alert right here on this candle, but again, the size is past 10 points, so I personally don't trade that. That's one of my rules. So unless it can get a pullback and then go in, I'll go for that because I want the sellers to be taken out. We did get a little rangy over here, but that I just want to be careful. It breaks one of my rules and it burned me before, so I gotta be patient. I'll have to wait. Kind of sucks that it has to break one of my rules, so I'm hoping for a trade right now, but it's okay. I want price to sellers to step in, pull it back down. I'll re-enter then, but See you in a few, Chris. Yeah, don't worry about that noise that just came up. That's just my option play getting filled. Um, so just to do a little recap right now, right? With the algo up, our scout play came in right here. We could have got that 1 point. Our regular algo alert for the big plays with our profit taking system popped up at 10:15. Obviously, I didn't get into it because I don't trade candles with a size more than, yeah, it's 11-point candle, right? And what was my rule that I kept saying last week, the week before? More than 10 points, I don't get in. If it was 9.75, still risky, but I would have got into it because that falls under my guidelines. But like I said, I have to be strict with my rules, guys. Like, that discipline really matters with trading. It's like one of the most important parts. So I'm trying to keep my discipline and follow my rules. And sometimes there are situations like this where it could just run through, big move. But again, like, if I know this type of situation burned me before multiple times, why would I want to risk it just for one thing again, right? So what I would like to see is price to pull back down and then I'll re-enter. But if not, then I guess I just missed out on a monster move. The first target is about 10 points. First target's 11 points. Second target is 22 points. Third target is 32.75 points. Why are some bars gray on the delta? Well, right now I have the delta set so that it only shows me, the high volume pressure, right? I'll show you my exact settings. If I go to delta, on Tradeovate, you have the option for strong up and down. So it shows me exactly where the delta is, piling up with buyers or piling up with sellers. I'd rather have that than just, you know, having this, right? Because then it's kind of just like knowing where the charts are. Like if you can read the chart, then you know that. But I'm looking for buying and selling pressure, and if it's stepping in at a certain point, that's why I have it turned on so that the delta shows me those specific points. Because like all the other ones, it's just lower volume and lower volume nodes. So if I had the same, like, regular volume up, you'd see that's where lower volume was. I like seeing the strong up and down. That's the setting. Tradeovate, cumulative delta if you wanted to add it to your charts. And then it just gives you a nice clear picture of where the buyers are finally piling up, sellers are getting strong, and it indicates where, things are trying to take a little bit of a change. I like having this because then if I'm in a move or if I'm getting into a move, it gives me more confirmation for me to show, hey, I'm in the right direction, volume is picking up, momentum is picking up, and I just see if the delta is continuously moving up. But other than that, I don't need these gray bars otherwise. I look for delta as another confirmation to my analysis. And then you could just go for a scalp play off of these buying pressures, right? You want to go for a quick 1 point right after you see a nice green delta candle, delta bar, right? Pop up. You can go for that. Just go for the first one because that's where the initial buyers are stepping in, and that's where you'll get the push. And then you wait for the reversal, and then you get on the next one. I hope that answered your question, T Flynn 22. So gray bars is higher than normal volume strength. No. Gray bars aren't higher volume strength. So the way it works is the green and the reds are the higher volume and the strength candles. For example, let me see if I can just volume on this. Volume profile. Where's the regular volume? Oh, right here. So if you just look at the regular volume, right, this just shows you the regular chart, regular volume bars. But with the delta, it shows you where the strong buyers and strong sellers are stepping in. The gray is just regular volume. It doesn't show any indication of, hey, this is a strong setup or a weak setup. Kind of just in the middle, right? So we see people pushed up. Again, here we were range bound, so obviously nothing's gonna happen, but I don't need the volume there because I have the volume over here. But what you're looking for in the delta when if you're trading, if you're using it like me, right? You're looking for the green and the reds because they give you extra confirmation on the trend. See if there's gonna be a shift up. Like I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So here we see price, not making any crazy moves or anything, right? Just, kind of just chilling. Kind of just moving slowly. And then get a small green bar, okay? Indicating, okay, some buyers are finally stepping in. That's good. Another one here. Okay. People are stepping in again. We're in that uptrend. And then this right here gives us our big confirmation saying, hey, we're about to have a pretty big move because a lot of buyers are stepping in. And what happened? We just pushed up completely right there. Went from like the high of this candle was 33.25 all the way up to 33.33, about 8 points. Take a look at our algo, right? Yeah, T Flynn 22. So my algo only works for TradingView. That's where I can control on who gets access for it. Because if I clear it on any other platform, people can just take it, and I don't want that. Just I like to keep it a nice community, nice little people. But even since you have access to TradeAway, right? If you go to your TradingView account, you can log in and use TradingView to trade. Like down here on your trading panel, if you click on that, you'll be able to, log into TradeAway, same username and password, and you'll be able to use it. So that's like one of the best reasons like I love TradingView, because like one, I love TradeAway as well because of all the analysis that it gives you on your trades. But TradingView, I just love the way the charting setup is and how everything's used. But I personally just use, I have like three screens up right now. I will have my fourth one back soon. But one screen I literally just use the algo, and one screen I have TradeAway. One screen I have like the stream as well as some of stocks that I look at. And yeah. So that's not an issue for you. TradingView is also free, so you can always just log in with your TradeAway username and password and connect it to your TradingView and trade right on TradingView if you wanted to, or just have two screens up, or just, even if I know some people just trade on a laptop, so, just minimize it, trade on TradeAway when you need to take a trade if you want to. There's always a way, right? But I think if you're day trading, at least you need a minimum of 2 monitors, at least. Makes life a lot easier. So right now, again, the algo, I didn't get in because it broke one of my rules. And one of the reasons I have that rule is whenever we have that type of monster move, like 10 points on the ES pretty quickly, then we tend to reverse back a little bit. So what I would be looking for right now, if I wanted to re-enter this trade, is first pull back down, potentially to 33, 32.50, around that area, create a nice bar underneath our entry level. And then if we can get that push back up, then I wouldn't mind getting in, going long. Yeah, I had that in the beginning, but I realized that me looking at the P&L wasn't good for me. But if that's something everybody wants, I can adjust myself to it. Because looking at the P&L is a very big distraction. I have no problem. I always show my P&L throughout the trades if I take a trade. Right now, obviously, I haven't taken a trade, but I'm still waiting for my move to come. Because I know sometimes you see people, they're just like doing other stuff and they're not really trading. And I understand that. That's your concern to see what I'm trading. But I always pop this performance center up on the side here all the time whenever I do take a trade. But I have no problem putting it down there. Kind of just didn't like the fact that I had to stare at the P&L all day. Because my focus is on trading properly, not just looking at my P&L. Because too many people get focused on the P&L and then get distracted. Here, give me 1 second. I know to adjust some settings, I have it on my account settings. So just for privacy concerns, let me do it on another screen real quick. So I guess, is this what you wanted at the bottom? The performance center shows you all my trades, profits. Oh, okay. I understand that. You know what I'll do? At once a stream ends, in my description from now on, I will put the timings where I took a trade. That way you can easily navigate through it. I did that for a couple videos, but I know I got kind of a little bit lazy with that and didn't do it for all the videos. But you know what? From now on, because if you're using that to research and I understand what I'm doing, and if it helps you, I am more than happy to do that. It'll only take me an extra 2 seconds or so. And yeah, I will put it right in the description. That way, once you click it, it'll just take you right to where my trade started, or like maybe a minute before it. And you guys can do a little recap every night because I know people get busy in the morning. I know not everybody is a full-time trader or they have other stuff going on, so it's okay. But I'm here to help people, so if that helps, I will more than be happy to do that. Yeah, T Flynn, I'm glad you understand because yeah, looking at this P&L is kind of just like, I don't know. Me personally, when I tell people to trade, I tell them to hide your P&L. Just know how if you take a loss, obviously know that you're in a loss and track that. But when you're trading, that P&L really gets to a lot of people's heads, especially if you're a beginner and you can't get through that mindset. Even if you're a pro, like that P&L sometimes gets to you because like if you see, oh man, I lost this much, like you start doubting yourself. You don't want to have doubt when you're trading. You just want to stick to your plan and stick with it. So that's why I tell traders like, hey, don't worry about the P&L too much. Worry about trading your system and being disciplined enough to follow your system. Yes, exactly, PD Legend. That's perfect. You have to trade the move, not the P&L. And that's why I don't even have daily goals. I just have weekly goals for whatever I'm trading. It's like, because if you have daily goals and the market's not with you, you will force a trade, you will lose. You might get lucky, yeah, sometimes, but majority of the time, and if you do your back testing, you see your results, you force a trade, and you see it in the journal, you're like, hey, I forced this trade here, but you lost. So, you want to stick with the rules. Don't trade the P&L. Trade the system. Trade the market. Have a weekly goal, but not a daily goal. I'm still waiting. I'm trying to see if we can hold above. I was trying to wait for the price to come down to at least 33, 32.50. But trying to get a little bit stronger here. So we'll see what happens. He's like, again, like I said, if I want to get into my long play for my algo, I want price to, come down a little bit more. I don't want to just buffer here and then just drop again. That's why I want clear confirmation of a mini, like, little pullback, and then I'll go in. Yeah, T-Flynn 22. That happens so many times, man. We look at our P&L, we see it dropping, and then he's like, if we took a trade and we're like, oh, it's starting to work against me, like we get panicked and we trying to get out of that trade. But then guess what? 5 minutes later, if we just held, we would have been in profit. We would have walked away with so much, and that happens so much. But I understand that the reason why you guys asked for the P&L like to be at the bottom. That's okay. I'll just try to keep my eyes, up here. But yeah, just focus on the trade, your focus on your system. That's what matters at the end of the day. You will make money as long as you're disciplined and you follow your system, as long as you back tested it. And keep your journal. You'll understand like where you're taking your trades, or what's happening in the market, what you're doing. Those are all very important things. So the Algo's price to get in, I'll just pull it up, that way you guys can see it. 33.39. I'm still waiting for it to come down a little bit before I want to get in. But yeah, man, like if you're honestly, for me, I can show it, but for you guys, if you're struggling with the P&L stuff, definitely just try to remove it from your charts. Keep track of your losses, obviously, and your gains, but don't get too involved in them. Too many traders suffer from that, man. Like, honestly, I feel like I should just make a video on how you can, adjust yourself, adjust your psychology towards that. I'll probably end up doing. And I think the best way, again, like I was saying, just set a weekly goal instead of a daily goal, because the market acts differently on every day, right? So you can't get the same result every day. You can't be like, I want $200 every single day. Like, it's not gonna work like that. Sometimes you'll make like $800 in a day, and then sometimes you'll make $50 in a day. That was me last week, right? One day I only made $50. Another day I made $700. So it's like it fluctuates, but you want to make sure your average is still around the goal that you're setting. Say if you want your average to be $400 a day, because that equals to figures at the end of the year, great. But that means some days you're gonna be making like 1,000, 1,200, and some days you're making like 200, 300, or 100. It depends. So set your weekly goal instead of your daily goal. I think that's the biggest thing that changed for me in my trading, right? When I was setting daily goals, I was just like, oh, I want like a couple hundred here, a couple hundred here every day. That's what screwed me over. But once I set weekly goals and I stopped worrying about every single day, I started getting in these bigger plays and stayed in the moves and made more, right? I like seeing this sell. I'm just gonna push this over quick. And if you guys are new to the stream, please do leave a like, hit the subscribe button. I will be adding more content every day. I do live streams every day, and I will start making videos about other trading strategies as well as just trading psychology and risk management and helpful tips, right? So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help me out, let me grow. I always appreciate you guys, your help. And right now, nice little, okay. I like the way it's coming down right now. So again, like for Flint 22, when I was talking about the delta before, perfect example right here, right? Sellers really stepping in here gives us that delta bar right here in the red bar. If you want to go for a quick scalp based on that, be selling pressure, you're just following that trend, following where the money's moving. Get in for a quick point, and you get it, right? Pretty much, a little sideways here. That's why I'm gonna be a bit more careful. I have to be patient, man. Like, no reason for me to rush a trade and then lose money on it. I think that's like one of the biggest things that helped me out when I kept telling myself like, hey, you rush a trade, you're gonna lose money. Like, I'm here to make money. Like, I'm not here to lose money. And we'll see if this wants to continue being range bound, depending on if we break through that 33.21, right? We can just bouncing back and forth here. That is a possibility. If not, obviously we can do a nice little retest at the 200 EMA. See that happen all the time. And this seems like a perfect, resistance level area at our key pivot level, and price is finally just starting to reverse. Broke through it, couldn't really hold. Just cool. But overall, I think we are still just long for the day. These are just pullbacks, right? We have to wait for our nice move to come in, and we'll get in. But until then, I just gotta sit here and wait. I've shown you guys the results from the Algo whole Excel sheet, my spreadsheets for the past 3 months. You guys seen the results, always positive. And they're positive if you follow the system, make money. Follow the system, that's up to you. It's not even like really worth it for me to go for scalps, waiting for my alert, get that big play in, be done. One hour wick fill, hopefully on the ES. I hope for the best, Chris. Hopefully I know you trade that method. Hopefully you get some profits. Keep in mind, in the 1 hour charts, we haven't seen a really seen a pullback in a little while. So we'll see how it continues. In the 1 hour charts, it is a bit overextended on the ES. Switch to 1 hour right here. Seeing that, just pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. No real pullback just yet. So that's interesting. So a nice little pullback is required on all time frames, right? Always pay attention to the higher time frames. They tell you the overall trend and the overall direction of the markets. And I'm super happy I stayed disciplined today. I didn't enter on this alert just because, 10 points. I'm trying to see if I can work on that to see. I'll talk to one of my coders to see if they can adjust it so that the alert doesn't even pop up if the candle's over 10 points. But I know it's going to cost me even more. Right now, what I would like to see is potentially, get this little pullback, but then continue to the upside, get that nice little reversal, little push, and I would look to get long there. That's my opinion right now, right? Get our key levels back in. So, at this moment, right, we are still continuing that uptrend. We are still making higher highs, higher lows. Great. That confirms that the trend is still moving, which is awesome. But I know there's a lot of you guys that are trading different methods, and I hope that you guys are making profits today. I know some of you guys probably did, and if you guys did, let me know how you guys are doing. We're all on this together, right? Some little buyers stepping in at the moment. Okay. See if we can cross our resistance level around 33.36 first. So tech stocks are a little bit stagnant at the moment. I'm looking at all their charts side. Banks are pushing up, which is cool, but tech stocks aren't really doing great. Like, I'll just show you that. This is one of my other screens, right? Facebook, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, Bank of America. Bank of America is pushing up. Got an option play on Bank of America. Doing well right now. Amazon, I'm still waiting for it to catch up. I'm not in any of these ones. I'm only in on Amazon and Bank of America today. But you can see tech stocks kind of stagnant. You can see the candles right there. Nothing too crazy happening with them. Trailblazer, no trades yet. The easiest way to track is that you'll see all trades right here. It's at 0. That means we have no trades. I'll keep this up from now on. That way you guys can know. And then, yeah, man, I'm still waiting. I have to be patient for my system. I'd rather take one trade a day and have it be a profitable one than take 3 trades and then have 2 of them be losses, right? Oh, okay. I didn't know because I didn't know if you were watching the stream before or if you just joined, so That's why I was just trying to clear it up. Yeah, man, you have to be patient. I mean, the way I trade, it requires patience. I know some people are in their 1 minute chart just scalping. That's their own system. I feel like that's more of a headache personally. That's why I like my system. What's up, Sergio? Hope you're doing well, man. Welcome to the channel. I hope you like what you see. I mean, right now we are just being patient. We have to wait for our system to kick in. Obviously, we have to wait. Like I said before, 80% is just waiting, 10% buying, 10% selling. That's what trading comes down to. I am not a high frequency trader trading like 20, 30 times a day. Take the trades that come to me, and then I'm happy because then I'm more confident. If I rush myself into a trade just because I want to trade, then your anxiety kicks in, your panic level kicks in. Like, oh, I don't know if this will work out. Question yourself, and all those things happen. But if you're like, hey, I trade the system all the time, I know it works. So it's like waiting for that just makes more sense. I'm more calm. I don't have to worry. Hey, this is working against me. No, I have to give it the breathing room it needs, and I let it. And I think one of the reasons like this system is built around like having patience and just waiting it out and letting it come to me is because I also built it around the way I personally trade, and because like one of the things that I saw was like a lot of people still have their job and still want to like trade, but you know, you can't do high frequency trading when you're at your 9 to 5 or something, but you can get into 1 or 2 trades a day. Get those break times with your 9 to 5. You get your, you know, you can still look at your screen here and there if you get an alert. That's why I set it up so it's like you get the alert, look at it, enter. So Sergio, to answer your question, there's 3 different types of things I go for, right? I go for, you know, delta plays where I see heavy sellers stepping in. I'll go for a quick scalp, or resistance, support and resistance line plays. Pretty much our key levels that we draw, that get on Tradevate, and go for a little bounce plays off of that. Or, you know, my favorite is my personal algo that I have built out that, you know, you see me talking about all the time. But you're new to the channel, so I'll explain it real quick. You see like the algo is forming right now. Still has some things to process through. And essentially, I wait for my algo. SB is scalps when I want to go for 1 point. Buy is, yeah, it's going to be kind of trippy when you're watching it when it's like forming. It's trying to confirm the price as well. But overall, the algo will tell me exactly where to enter, where to get in, get out, take profit levels. And this is what I'm waiting for. And right now we are getting that, we're potentially getting that move, right? We saw that it's forming, it's trying to form, trying to pick up that momentum. I see Tesla picking up some momentum. I see Apple picking up some momentum a little bit. The banks are pushing. So I'm more than happy to get in on this play. We have about 1 minute left on the candle right here. So give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, man. When you have to wait for this long, I used to watch random stuff, or like I'd have my PlayStation up sometimes. Like having the PlayStation up, I don't recommend. That was like the worst thing I could ever do. But watching like other videos, I'd read articles or just chat with other people. But overall, let me see. I like the way this move is setting up. If it can close, if it can confirm, I will get in on this play. This will be that trade I've been waiting for. And you can see it in live action right now, right? So let's see. I will drag and drop my order down. I just don't want like get anything, fast fills happening. Right now I'm just got 14 seconds left. Okay, let's do this. We're in, guys. First take profit level is at 33.41.25. Second profit level is at 33.45.75. 5. Take profit level 3 for the day is at 33.50.25. 25. Got in at 33.37. We are seeing some sellers, trying to fight us right now. But I'm gonna give it the room to breathe. You know what I'm gonna do is distract myself. My orders are in. This is what I do when I swing trade. I put my orders in. I walk away. We got the scalp alert and the algo alert right at the same time. So if you want to go for that 1 point, obviously you would have filled right there already. But for our regular algo, right, we see entry point 33.36.75. We just enter 1 tick above to avoid double top situations. And then we're gonna be waiting to see if we can push. My take profits are at 33.45 and 33.50.25. So my first target's I'm going for the second level, right, at 9 points. And then the second contract, I'll take it off at 13.5 points. Will be a patient trade. So I'm just gonna wait it out. And if I see a loss of momentum, I will just cut my losses. Because I know we are in that area where we've kind of just been a little bit of range bound situation. So be careful on that. If I see momentum loss, I will have to just cancel my trade. Or else I will be starting to move my stop loss up as we go up and hit each level. Because that's how the levels work, right? They act as resistance sometimes. So every time we hit level 1, we move our stop up to break even. Level 2, move it up to level 1, and then just ride it out to level 3, right? I like the fact that Apple's starting to turn green a little bit. So is Tesla. Nvidia, not so much. Amazon, still green. Facebook's a little bit of a doji. So it'll be an interesting situation. But pretty much on the first target, like 875. So with one contract, I'd be like 425, 450, something like that. And then second contract, obviously 1325. And like I said, I like to use a delta as nice confirmation. We're getting some buying pressure to step in. That's cool. Love seeing that. Love when everything's in sync. And this is why we wait for our setups. We have to be patient. And right now, let's see. Can we make that big pump up? And you'll always see my live P&L right around here, okay? Or you can watch this and you read this. I don't know if you have my screen maximized. I know the numbers can get a bit small, so if not, the live P&L will always be up here. Yeah, my algo does work on NQ. I just personally don't trade the NQ that often because of like the way it moves and fluctuates, but it does work on the NQ. I am setting up a new micros account for the micros. Specifically, this is to the regular contracts, the ES, but I'm starting a new account where micros only trade the NQ on the 1 hour chart, swing it to show you guys the algos. Just trading the algo alerts, nothing else. I'm not using anything else. I'm starting a specific account just to trade the micros. I know a lot of you guys do that. And yeah, I can show you micros chart as well. I always have it side by side. Pop that up. So NQ, as you can see, these are our algo alerts on the NQ. In the 5-minute charts, obviously you can change whatever time frame you want, but nice pump, nice alerts, nice indications, right entry points, riding up. NQ, did that little sell off like the ES, but got closer to 200 EMA. I like that. Now we're bouncing off. I like the fact that NQ and ES are getting the alert at the same time, meaning they're in sync. Love seeing that. The ES kind of just led a little bit because obviously NQ is built with more tech stocks driving it up. So tech stocks are slowly starting to catch up. Yeah, NQ swings, man. Like if you look at the NQ swings, right? So obviously this one didn't work out too well, but all the other ones, nice, hit all of our targets. This is the 1 hour chart on the NQ. That's why for people that want to trade micros and or have a busy lifestyle, you can trade, trade the NQ micros because you're not gonna get an alert every 5 seconds. You're gonna get maybe one or two, like once a day, twice a day, maybe. Rare, most likely once a day or once every 2 days or 3 days, but you'll get that move. Gotta stick it through, you'll be good. NQ kind of, we got that pullback in the 1 hour charts. I like that. Now we can potentially push up. Love to see that. Yeah, it does work for shorting as well. Sell is for short, buy. Obviously, we've been in that downtrend for a while, but if you look at the buy setups in the hourly chart, boom, boom, boom. This the 1 hour chart is where I swing trade like all my stocks and everything. So it's like that's where I see like the algo. Like I use that the most there. Over here, obviously you see me use it for the ES. Obviously we are struggling a little bit. Don't like seeing that. Again, I'm trading with 2 contracts, so obviously you're risking higher. Right now, my max drawdown for this trade would be 650. I'm completely okay with that because that's okay for my trading. Other people, it's different, so they might trade 1 contract, or you trade micros, right? That's the beauty of micros. I love the fact that they created micros. like people that are starting out with lower capital or just getting new to starting new, right? Lower risk for them. But again, if I can hit all my targets, obviously I'm walking away with 1325. I'll have a risk to reward ratio of like 2.07 or something, which I'm happy with. Because the risk to reward is what really matters in your long-term trading career. I'm gonna be patient. I will just sit back. But yeah, guys, when you're in like a trade like this, like, having a good distraction is good. Like I know Warren said he was like watching cat videos. Everyone has their own thing. But right now, I'm watching. I don't like the fact that it's pushing down. I want the buyers to step in. I don't want this to be rotational. The way it's set up right now, like we're not making that big push, it becomes rotational. I don't like that. So we will see. This is when your trade management skills really come out, right? The way the market's set up, it's set up to go enter the chop, which I hate so much. But it's kind of weird to get a chop this late, right? It's 11:22 already. Wow, that went by fast today. Normally you see like the 10 o'clock chop. Right now, 11 o'clock, it's getting a little weak. So T Flynn, sorry I missed your question. Yeah, you do need to sign up. You need to have a TradingView account if you wanted to use the Algo. TradingView account's free, and you can link your TradeAvate account to TradingView if you just go at the bottom your charts. There's a trading panel button, and right there you can just log in like you would anywhere, right? With your TradeAvate username and password. Almost kicked my light down, but yeah, TradingView, super easy platform. Love the way it's set up and the way like the graphics are, especially. And this is where obviously we would get scared, right? But we hit that high volume node of the day. We're kind of holding above it. I like seeing that. I love seeing when price holds above that high volume node for the day. So, and it's not just like one single volume node, right? A couple nodes piling up there. Good. They are going to be battling it out here, but I might just have to be patient. I don't see any reason for me to cancel my trade just yet. NQ is a little weak. Kind of hate that. But hopefully ES can remain strong and NQ can follow. Hey, we're getting that push. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. Let's see if we can hit our second take profit level at 33.45.75. NQ's starting to push up a little bit too. Love seeing that. I love seeing that. You know, them being in sync. Obviously, this algo. Once it reaches 33.41.25, guys, I will be moving my stop up to break even. That way I'm not risking anything, and I will just write it out to take profit level 2 for one contract and then take profit level 3 for the second contract. So it's just a matter of being very patient today. Nice candle. Strong. Let's see if we can make this candle finish strong. We might hit a little bit of resistance at 33.41.25. These take profit levels always end up acting as key levels, like not key levels, just resistance levels. And sometimes price does reverse at them. So that's something to be aware of. That's why we move our stop loss up. That way we're not risking much. Obviously, if I wanted to take my money right now, I could, but then you're missing out on those big moves. And that's what really makes a difference in your account, right? A lot of traders are like, oh, I finally made like, oh, this little like 2 points in their swing play, and they take it out. I'm like, if you're going for that big play, why are you getting out so early? Give the market breathing room and let it play out. Because when you're taking your loss, if you're not doing the same thing where you're cutting your losses too quickly, then you're doing two different things when you have to treat buying and selling the same, right? When it goes against you, you have to have the same plan. It's like, hey,
Stop Phil.
Why did my stop give? Oh, I had the trailer on this one on my second contract. Forgot about that. I gotta change this. I completely forgot that my second contract had a trailer stop on it. Yeah, still a profit, but what I'll do. Well, you're seeing, yeah, it is getting a little bit weaker. Maybe it might have worked out for the best for me. We'll see. Yeah, still a profit, but I was going for that big play. See, I mean, I might add that one contract again in. We push back up. Technically, that was my plan, right? So I mean, to be honest, if I enter it here, it reduces my risk a little bit, so I don't mind.
Stop Phil.
Perfect. 45, 75. So I just moved my cost average down like by a point because I re-entered again. Because that was a simple mistake of me forgetting that I had a second contract with a trailing stop on it. But I think this will make a nice move, guys. You just have to be very patient today. Like, look at the fire still pretty much in control. Cool. But I am just following my algo and going for that whole play, right? So I have to be patient and let it ride out. Volume's good too for the buyers. I know finally, yeah, we're in profit for like 212 already. See how far we can push up. I think we went all the way up to 3340, which was $400 in profit, but let's see. Now that I see that's a weakness. I don't like seeing that candle right there. I really need buyers to step in for me to stay in this trade right now, or else I don't want to lose some momentum because I see the delta, kind of reversing a little bit. I don't want to be stuck in this chop. Stocks are still looking good. They're not really weak. So I don't know why ES is. I don't like seeing these high wicks on both sides either. I like going with the momentum, right? So when I see that, that's when I start analyzing. Should I continue my trade or should I take it out? And right now I'm slowly just waiting. I'm waiting for the big buyer's push to come in. Blessed P, this is a live account. So if I lose money, I'm losing money. If I make money, I'm making money. So hopefully we can sustain ourselves above our, pivot level and continue this move up. I know this area was gonna get some high pressure from both sides, so I'm just waiting it out to see can the buyers finally step in. If we can break through that previous bar 3340, we're good in good hands, meaning we're trying to create a little bit of a higher high right there. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for it to hit 3341.25 so it can hit the take profit level 1 and I can move my stop to break even, and then I'm not even gonna worry about looking at it. Whatever happens, happens at that point, right? Just follow the system. Like I'll show you. Got our alert. Second. Help. First take profit level 3341.25. I'm really waiting for it to hit that so I can move my stop up to break even, and then I won't look back at this trade. Because regardless of what happens, I'll still be at break even, or else I'll get a nice little profit of 800 to 1000, around 1300. But let's see. I just don't like the fact that we're wicking so much. But that's what happens when we're in that little chop and that little rotational game, right? Is there a free draw tool? There was a marker. The brush, right? We're pretty much just going up, down, same thing. Staying in that range, right? Getting a little rotational here, sideways, obviously. Don't like seeing that. But I'll see if the buyers can step in and hold above it. We are really testing it. But sellers are kind of trying to remain strong. That's what happens in rotational, right? It's going to be a bit choppy. Not a big rotation. It's a very minor rotation. That's why we get that little chop going. The high wicks on both sides. Right now, I'm still waiting it out. That's when you get your peace of mind, right? Once it said take profit level 1 and movement that's like break even, then it's like, hey, I'm not risking anything at that point and I'm just waiting for my profit. That's when your mental state's like, hey, it's okay, let it run, go for that big move, get that big profit. But most times, well, after we get the alert, it's gonna be a quick, better move. But today it's wicking. I don't like that. I don't like wicks on both sides. Delta is getting a little weaker. That's concerning for me as well. Again, we are like $362 in profit at the moment still. So wicks on both sides to me just mean that, hey, buyers and sellers are really fighting it out and that there's no decision to like consider the market direction, right? When I trade, I like to look at the momentum and I like to make sure everything is running in the same trend that I'm looking for. But when I see both buyers and sellers stepping in and fighting it out, that means there's a sign of weakness at that price, meaning that a potential reversal to the downside is possible. That means I lose momentum, and that means that my trade's gonna go against me. That's why I don't like high wicks on both sides. It's a minor wick, that's completely okay. That's just, sellers trying to step in, but buyers just saying, hey, you're not getting in control, I'm staying in control. But when it's like that, it's a little sign of a weakness, so that's why you gotta be very careful. We hit take profit level 1, guys. Pushing up. Take profit level 2 right there is 33.45.75. And man, you're welcome. I'm happy that I can help you understand. We're about like $562 in profit at the moment. I want to wait. I want to let it ride out. I will start moving my stop up though. Yeah, CF, you're exactly right. They are make doji. They create dojis, right? And that's a sign of weakness and a sign of a potential reversal. So that's something very important to watch out for, especially when you're trying to trade the momentum, right? You want to have clean candles moving, pushing up. Like wicks are happening, but like high wicks like this, that's not something I'm a fan of. Right now, I'm not moving into break even just yet because of the high wick situation. I don't want anything to, work against me at the moment. pretty much I might move my I might just try to go for level 3. I'll see the way the market's reacting. I'll move it up just for now. Trying to go for 33.50 so I can get that big move, get that big pressure in. Because once we start breaking through, we will get that big pump. The only concern is right here at 46 where we have that pivot high. That's where price was reversed. So I will be watching out for that and watching the delta to see if anything's changing. But right now my overall risk is only $162. But I'm already in profit for 712. Let's see if we can get up there, make that push. I'll actually move this down to 49.5 or so, just because I know that 50 at every 10 points at even levels end up bouncing, and I hate waiting around that. I'd rather just give that one tick and be out of the trade over there. So that's what I'll do. I'll move this, watch it, see. Rakesh, what you can do is write down in the link below. You can just click the link for the Discord and it will take you. Unless it's not working. Is it not working? No, it is working. The link's working. Yeah, right down below in the description, man. You can just click join and you'll see like all the alerts for the algo pop up there for stocks, Bitcoin, crypto, and then the futures as well. All the alerts pop up there. And you can chat with all of us, So guys, I moved my stop up to break even. So I'm gonna let it ride out. This is the one reason I like TradingView. It's nice and simple. So again, our take profit level is active resistance sometimes, and if we can't break through that, it will end up reversing on me, and I'll be taken out at break even. But that's okay because I was trying to go for a big move today, trying to lock in like $1,400 of profit off of the move. But this is going to be a slower move today. Is the way the price is moving, but I think we are still in good hands. I think the banks are really adding good pressure to it. Amazon also pushing up, that's a big player. Tesla is pushing up. Apple kind of slow, but we'll see how it goes. I really don't like the fact coming back down. These high wicks, man, I hate seeing them. That's when I personally do get a little nervous when I see high wicks and when I'm in a trade. It means price is really struggling to break through. But again, we are at break even, so regardless of what happens, like, it's okay. I think we can get that pressure to finally push up. We are just seeing a bit sellers, stepping in. I just saw that a lot of you guys just joined the Discord today. I'm happy to see you guys on this in the chat, man. Super happy to grow this community. And if you have tips and your experience with something, please share it with us because like that's what the whole group is for, right? To help each other out. I'm waiting for that push, guys. The delta's a bit weak. That's the only thing I don't like. These high wicks are really pissing me off. But we knew that we would see some resistance around here. That's where we reversed last time. And in a rotation, we end up not really breaking through. We're going to see. If it continues and we can have the buyers really stay in control and take these sellers out, then I'm going for that profit of like 1300, or I'll be taking it out around what's our take profit level 2, 33, 45, 75. 45, 75 is only like 962.50. So regardless, both are good profits. I'll see. High wicks really, you know. And the reason I wait for these plays is like I can get nice big profits instead of worrying about going for that 1 point scalp every time and having to risk a little bit more, especially in these volatile times where you need to have a higher stop and that doesn't, the risk to reward isn't really matching up at the moment. Like last year, it was perfect because like it was moving really slow. You weren't really, your scalps would work out properly, and you know you didn't have to risk too much. But now it's like higher volatility, prices moving a lot. Can't have those tight stops anymore. So you have to adapt with the market. That's one big thing. But this might end up taking us out, sadly. That's the high wicks, but I'm sticking to my plan. If it takes me out, it takes me out. I'll live with it. Wait for my next alert, but I could have easily taken it out at take profit level 1 if I wanted to, but I'm waiting for the bigger move. Right, it hit our take profit level 1. For a lot of people, that's okay for them because they want that profit's good. But for me, I want to hit that level 2, level 3. Especially since we've been making that push. And I just think that we will hit, get a little bit of sellers, but I think we can push through. Actually looking, I think I might move my stop just a little bit down. Down 35, 50. That way it can bounce off of our key pivot level if it decides to push down. That way I'm not really risking much, right? $87, that's really nothing when you're going for like a $900 move. Wow, I really appreciate the likes, guys. Like, it really does mean a lot. And I love the fact that more viewers are stepping in. Let's see how this trade goes out. But again, really do appreciate it. Seller's really pushing. My strategy for the 2000 tick chart, that's mainly meant for scalping, which I will get into after. If it takes us out of this play, let me just wait. So yeah, if you could just wait a little bit, I will explain it to you. I kind of just want to watch this at the moment. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate that. Obviously, our live trades are most important. After this trade, I will answer any questions at any time. I have no problem. But when I'm in a trade, I like to zone in. Buyer step in. We make a. I mean, they made the new high volume node at 33, 36.50. Higher volume here. Multiple high volume nodes over here, so really piling up, right? But it really got rotational here. Sellers really piling up at 33.39. Why can't we break that? Come on. Let's push. Come on. Good. Delta's finally. Delta's kind of creating like a double bottom here. Trying to push up. I'd love to see it. This has just been a patient trade. The one that tests your nerves a little bit. But stick with the system. Follow it through. You're in good hands, right? Obviously, you don't win 100% of the time. 75, 80% win rate. But it's just making sure that that 80% that you are winning, make sure you're going for those big profits. Yeah, CF, market is slow as a snail right now. I think since I have my stop up, I'm not risking too much. I don't care about losing $87. That's not really a big deal. That risk to reward in my favor. I will talk about that 2000 tick now. Apple going nuts? Wait. Hey man, if Apple's moving, that I'm more than happy to see that because everything else will start moving as well. Once the tech stocks move like that, Tesla's good. The banks are the ones that are really like making a big impact today. The banks are up. They haven't given up today. But yeah, here, let me go to my 2000 tick chart. Let's talk about it. Let's see what happens here. Like, I'll let it be. Can't do anything about it now. In the trade, follow the system. This is not the right chart. This is the right chart. So pretty much with the 2000 tick strategy, all you're doing is going for these quick 1 point scalps every time you see like a reversal, right? And it's not just any reversal, it's like a strong reversal. First things first, you want to make sure you're in the Hikanashi so that you confirm that reversal. And second, you're looking for like a shift from red to green, but with no wicks, right? That's when you can confirm yourself a nice quick point. So for example, right here, right candle, boom, nice green candle pushing up. Here, if you entered, you would have got a nice quick point. Boom. Same thing here. Quick point, down, it went. But then these, you can go for something with a small wick, but don't, it's more risky. But all you're doing is looking for the reversals and just getting in on like that quick momentum of the reversal. I don't really trade this that much anymore because it was better in March when the volatility was high and I was like going, it was like boom, it was so smooth. Like it was just pushing up and down like that. So love that. But right now, since things did slow down, this will be slower. You can trade in the first 15 minutes. But this candle right here, even though it worked out, this is not a candle you want to enter on. So it's pretty much a doji candle. You're looking for reversals from like small wicks or no wicks at all, right? You go to morning session right at the open. See like trend moves up, down. You're just going for those quick waves. Yeah, it's like the sellers really aren't. They don't want us to do anything today. We might end up being taken out, guys. Glad to help, CF. Gonna take us out. Getting close. I'm not moving it. If it takes me out, it takes me out. Yep.
Stop filled.
Took me out. P&L minus 62. We took it off at like that 700 when we had the 700 profit. Would have been nice, but obviously this did not want to work in our favor today. We followed our system, right? And it hit that, pretty much bounced off it. Like I said, like it can, these levels, like they tend, sometimes they do bounce. Sometimes they can just break through. That's why you gotta be careful. You move your, I obviously I didn't move my, I put my stop a little bit less because I thought we could get a nice push back up. Because I saw the key level as well, right? But here, break even. Obviously wouldn't have lost anything, but that $87 wasn't really too concerning for me. Yeah, Enzo, market always drops faster than it goes up. T-Flynn 22, so I'll send you like all the trading setup videos. I already have those created. I just need to grant you access on TradingView. All I need you to do is on Discord or the email or my email, depends on whichever one you want. I prefer Discord because I can see the messages immediately. Just send me your TradingView username that you made, and I can grant you access on that, and I'll show you the quick tutorial. I'll send you the tutorial video as well, and that's for anyone that wants access for the algo and the free trial. You guys can check it out. All I need is like a quick DM on Discord with your TradingView username. And I'll send you all the tutorial videos on how to set it up, how to use it, best practices. Yeah, it kind of sucks that it took us out right there. We're in a nice profit up here, but obviously we're going for that big move. But hey, this is when managing your risk to reward very important, right? If I left it here and it dropped down, I would have lost a lot. But since I moved it up, lost like $87. But if I had that lucky move of my stop being moved up, the trailing stop, and now gross, is minus 62.50. What are you gonna do? Some days it happens. And other days we will go fully into that algo alert and then, take all three profits, make out big. So that little $62 loss won't really mean much in the long run, right? That's what's important. And it's important to like not get scared of your own trades when, hey, I made a little profit, let me just take it out. Yeah, you can, but when you better do that same thing, like I was saying before, it's like when it's going against you, you better take it out quick too. A lot of people just end up holding, thinking, oh, it'll just come back up, and then it just goes against them, and then like it ruins their account. One bad trade can really mess up your whole account, right? That's why it's important to let your winners run, and that's what I was doing. It was running, and I was letting it run. It's just the situation was rotational, so maybe we can get a nice alert later on in the day, which would be very cool. Yes, yeah, like I would never lose 3,500 in a trade. The max I've ever lost on a trade was about 700. But when I lost that trade, I was like, also my risk reward was also good because I was like going for like at least like a $1,400 move. So the next time that happens, right, my risk reward helps me out and puts me in the winning side. Where when I win, it takes that previous loss out, and then boom, still winning. And stop losses are so important. I don't know why people don't use them. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why don't people use a stop loss? It literally helps you preserve your capital. That's rule number one of trading. It's not about entering and exiting. It's about making sure you preserve your capital and you make sure that you're able to grow your account, right? Not about just taking these big like leaps of faith of saying, oh, it'll go up, right? It'll just go up, right? They're like, oh, stocks always go up. Well, sometimes, guess what? It's going to reverse on you. And then if you're holding, you better be holding for a while and have the ability to hold. If you're trading futures, obviously, you're not swing trading like that unless you're doing micros. Obviously, you can do that. But like with the regular ES, I am not trying to hold this thing for like 4 hours or 5 hours or even a day. That would just make me have a panic attack. I think the longest ES trade I ever had was like an hour 30 minutes. But that was also because the market was very slow that day, but everything worked out in our favor. Right now it's reversing. That's why we follow that level system where once it hits one level, we move our stop up to break even, right? Your risk to reward is always, oh, what is this? I was still on the paintbrush, but here. I'll show you what the risk to reward for this trade was, right? So initially when we entered and we are trying to target level 3, right? Our risk to reward was 2.16. That's great. And then once it hit level 1, we moved it to break even, right? Here, I want to show. You get the gist of it, right? Your risk reward is like 18 to 1. But managing your risk to reward is very important. If you're new, please do your research on risk to reward and understanding that because it's very important. A lot of people skip over it. A lot of people just go right to the strategies and think that's what they need to know, but really understanding the market dynamics with how you trade and the risk management. Very important. So no, the algo does not work on Thinkorswim. Sorry about that, Bob Means. It only works on TradingView. I built it out for TradingView. Yeah, TOS does require like a different margin amount. So it's like I don't trade futures on TOS. I don't mind trading stocks on it, but mainly I use for stock trades, I use TradeStation because I can just trade on TradingView. And for futures, I use Tradeovate. And then for options, I use E-Trade because I love their Power E-Trade. I think that's a very good platform, easy to understand, easy to navigate through. And I like things that are ease of use, right? TradingView, super easy to understand. And yeah, that's why we care about risk to reward, and the system was built out making sure your risk to reward was always in your favor, right? Right now I only have the monthly subscription plan because I don't want to charge people 1,000 or not like sorry, not 1,000. I meant like a lifetime price just because I know people they change. Like more experienced people will do the lifetime, and I can set that up for you if you would like. We can figure something out there, but I just want it to be a person where hey, if some people are like, hey, I don't want to trade anymore. I don't want to have them stuck with something because I know right now, so for some people times are tough. So that's why I just kept it the monthly subscription. You can cancel anytime. Like makes life easy. But if you do want like a lifetime price, I think I can set something up. Just give me like a little message on to my email that you can find in the YouTube channel, or you can just send me a message on Discord privately. We can talk about it. But yeah, my main thing was just provide something for people that works, that's useful, helps them manage their risk, and make sure like, you know, they don't spend too much. So yeah, if you go on my website, the link should be below. Yeah, so if you click on the link that says enhancedtrades.com, you can sign up for an affiliate program there. I did set that up. So like if you get other people to sign up, you get cash from that. And then if you do a lot of referrals and everything, I can set up some sort of better deal for you where it's like a royalty, or you get me a certain amount of people, I will make the algo free for you as long as those people are subscribed, right? Yeah, I'm not here to like sell a trading system that's gonna cost people like thousands of dollars or anything like that. I know people do that. That's not me. I'm not here to profit off of other people like that. I make my money with trading. The only reason I charge is because then people take it seriously because they will use it, and it's because it also cost me a lot to build because it's not easy to build an algorithm. So that's one of the reasons I charge for it, or else I would have had it for free. But yeah, you can sign up for the referral system, and then if you are able to bring in a lot of people, man, I will have no problem helping people out. Or good to me, I'm good to them. So definitely some more perks if you are able to get me more. I like to create win-win situations for everyone. Not trying to use people or not trying to do anything like that. I've seen those type of people on YouTube a lot. They piss me off. That's why I even created that free course, because I saw so many people falling for these scams with like, oh, let me teach you how to trade, and they just teach you like the basics, and I'm like, dude, you should not be charging people thousands of dollars for your course when it's not worth it one bit, right? So I created like a 5.5 hour course, 6 hour course, and I keep adding stuff to it as we go on. And it's to help beginners not fall for those scams. It's like it teaches you all the market basics, what the stock market is, what you need to like, I provide you with strategies that you can use when you're starting out, as well as talking about trading psychology, risk management. I even provide you a trading plan template. And because like a lot of people don't even have a trading plan, I have a trading journal that I provide. I even have that on YouTube. There should be a video on my channel that says trading journal that you guys can download and track your trades. But yeah, and the main reason I started all of this is because I signed up for these services and kind of just got scammed out, and I was like, screw this. And over the years, I built my knowledge up and learned everything, and trial and error, a lot of failure in the beginning, but push through. You start learning, and then I was like, you know what? Let me create this for people. Let me give it out to them. Oh my god, dude. The ads on YouTube, I hate them. Some of them, I will give them. Very few of them are good, because I do check people out, because I always like learning new things. But 90% of them are complete scammers. And the minute you hear, oh, 2000% return in like one day, or 2000% with one trade, I'm like, screw this. Block this ad. I literally click block this ad, and I don't want to see it ever again. Because with trading, money is not made in one single trade, built over time. So people that tell you, oh, you'll be rich overnight, you'll be rich in 1 month, complete BS. And that's why I'm very honest with my system too. If I will be posting all the backtesting results from it into the Discord. I will be making a new section for it. That way you guys can click the link in the Discord channel, and then it'll take you to a Google Docs page where you can look at the Excel sheet that tracks like all the algo's results. I did it for like past 4 years. The backtesting as well. And then I've been tracking the futures results as well. Been profitable with the futures as long as you follow that system. So I do have rules, entry rules for the algo, and I made the tutorial video for it as well. I usually it's in one of my YouTube, it's in the YouTube channel somewhere, but I usually just give it out to people when they ask for a free trial, and it just shows you the best practices for it. But I can go over the rules for it right now. They're very simple to follow, right? One is if you have a very high doji candle, you don't trade, right? That's rule number one. You don't trade doji candles. If an alert comes on a doji candle, you don't trade it. It's not worth it. The risk is not worth it. And then 2, you don't trade candles that are over the size of 10 points for the ES, right? Because we trade the ES majority. With stocks and everything, it's fine, but like with the ES specifically, when we trade it for futures, if you can see that right on the chart, right? You can see that candle was 11 points. That's why I didn't enter. Like in the beginning of the stream, I don't know if you guys were here, but I said it broke one of my rules. I'm not entering, right? And then third rule that we follow is if it's a buy alert, you want a green candle. You don't want a red candle, right? So those are the 3 big rules, and then you just follow your risk management, where hits level 1, move your stop up to break even, and then ride it out. Hits level 2, move your stop up to break profit level 1 and ride it out to level 3, and once it hits level 3, take it all out. Or if you're just comfortable with hitting level 2, take it out of level 2. We can see an alert forming right here. We will see how that goes. It is trying to see if price can confirm it, if the volume's there, as well as just checking for momentum, right? We can see these trades. These were perfect. This one I wouldn't have got into even though it worked out. This one wasn't a high doji. This would be considered a doji. This is more just a little switch. When the candle's really thin, that's when it's a doji, not when you have good buyer pressure, right? Got a buy alert. This is a perfect candle that we would trade on, and we just run it through, right? And then, so this is an example of a doji, right? And since that we are in that rotational basis, I'm not going to get in on this. I don't care if it wins. I don't get in on dojis. It's a prime example of a doji candle. And sometimes, yeah, we might finally have got the sellers out of the way and might be able to push in. But I don't want to enter that because I don't personally feel comfortable. And the one other rule that I usually follow is that, if the market's trending down and you're trying to get a signal to the upside where it's trying to, see if there's a move up, that doesn't make sense, right? If you have a trend line down, then why would you go up? Wait for it to break through the trend line, and that's when we'll get in. And this is a prime example of why I wouldn't get in on dojis, because prices can go either way, right? And right now, I just pushed down to one of our stop losses, and it might hit our second stop loss, and we would have been taken out. So following our rules, very important. But when we do follow our rules, I'll show you guys futures backtesting results. So these are, I'm going to show you the results for the algo. If you just follow the system, follow the rules, right? July, 75% win rate, but you're making a net profit of 15,000 with trading 2 contracts. This is simply just trading the ES, guys. And then August, same thing, 9,000. September, at 13,000 right now, 75% win rate. July was 75% as well. But August was 83%, but we made less. Why? Because, markets weren't moving as high, right? We weren't getting big swings. But remember, like in August, our biggest loss was only 475. Yeah. And our biggest gainer was 1325, and we have a couple of days where it's 1,000, 1,000. And July, like I said, our biggest loss in July was only $600, and we're trading 2 contracts. And our biggest winner was 3,100. And then we had multiple days in July where markets were moving that month, 2,300, 1,800, 1,800. And then September, our biggest loss was 575 so far. So the system works. It's just you have to follow it diligently and have discipline to follow it. So when I Chuck, when I say hit level, I mean that price just touches it. If price touches 33, so in this case, if price touched 33.4075, then my stop would immediately be moved to break even. So T Flynn 22, those are the back tests, but I have taken many of those trades on as well. Because the reason I did the back test is some days I couldn't trade, or some days I just, I was away from my desk. But if you're a person that, you have the time and you're just going to wait for the alert and trade that, then those would have been your results. But that's why I'm starting, you see me trade the live stream every day. Like, you see my live P&L. And that's why I'm also going to do the micros, because I know a lot of you guys trade the micros now. and NQ 1 hour. Oh my god, it's beautiful. You know how stocks are doing. Amazon's getting weaker. Apple's not. Yeah, it's okay. Tesla's okay. Dude, the banks are pushing. Everything else is kind of weak, but right now we'll wait it out. And I normally only trade up to 12 o'clock, but today I have some time, so we'll see what happens. I'll stay on for a little bit, but then I'm gonna get hungry, so I will leave. but But for all of you guys that message me on Discord, I will set up your free access, free trial access for you. All I need is your TradingView username, and I can set that up. And then I'll send you the tutorial videos on exactly how you can set it up and how you can use it. Congrats, CF. That's a bit. That's nice. Finally getting into the markets, making that real money. I'm hoping you did well in the sim. That's very important. I've seen people that trade the sim, like, oh, I lost money in the sim, but I'm gonna start with real money, and I was like, where is the logic? So I get up earlier, I look at the charts, I do my top-down analysis, but then the live stream always starts at 9:25 on the dot every morning. That way we can, get the live stream started and be ready for market open. Yeah, you can join me every morning, 9:25 a.m. I don't know, I guess it might be different based on wherever you guys are from. I'm from, Northeast, from, the New York Standard Time, the East Coast. So it'll be, 9:25 for me. You guys, I know there's different times. I know a lot of people are coming from all around the world, which is great. Which I honestly love that everyone's like from all different places, and it's so cool to like be able to talk to people from all around the world. Yeah, and so East Coast. I know you're from East Coast too. Yeah, but Chuck, start trading with one micro. That's awesome, man. Because a lot of people just try to jump in because they just want to make that money without realizing that how much practice and effort it takes and experience it takes to make money in the market. So I respect you for starting small first and deciding to, grow your account slow like normally and not just try to rush things. It'll definitely benefit you in the future. Sergio, you're from Denver? Oh man, that's awesome. I always wanted to go to Colorado. Like I love the outdoors. I like hiking, I like kayaking, and I know Colorado, it's beautiful. One of my friends just went there right now. She's there right now actually. I see the snaps and everything. It's so beautiful. Probably that's gonna be the first place I go to once, Corona, COVID, all this nonsense is over. And this is the exact reason why I say don't enter on a doji candle. This is a prime example of a doji candle. All wicks, no candle. And it worked right against us. That's why you saw me. I didn't enter because I saw, okay, doji candle. I don't even have to worry about this. I'm not entering that. Yeah, definitely, man. I would love that. I know if you live there, then you'd probably know the best spots to go to, probably best hikes or best restaurants. I'm a foodie too, so I love trying new restaurants. Yeah, just keep in touch with me on Discord, and then I can always chat with you, or just YouTube, right? You can just chat me on the live streams at any time. It'll probably be a while before I come out there. I didn't talk about the rest of the day outlook yet, but I can talk about it now. Let's do it. This white line is just a 21 EMA. I kind of just put that there just to see how well it's holding up. But let me clear that real quick. So pretty much since overnight, right, we have been just pushing up continuously. So right now we have entered that rotational zone, and that rotation is going to happen between this area. I'll draw it out for you guys. Pivot low to pivot high, that's where your rotation normally takes place. So from about 33.4650 to 33.22, we might be just rotational back and forth. But our smaller rotation right now is happening between 33.4650 and 33.3125. So we are waiting to see if it can break through the pivot, because we created a pivot high, right? Like a lower, higher low. It's so hard to say those things talking fast. But we also made a lower high. So that's something to pay be attentive to, right? Because when that happens, that's when we enter that rotational bias, and we start seeing, hey, we're gonna be rotational right now. We gotta be careful. But once we can break through this rotation, which will probably happen after lunch, most likely, right? And we can see buyers step in. We can most likely continue to the upside because the banks are doing well. Tech stocks are just getting a little weak, but that's okay right now because I think they can still push up. And one thing you want to understand is looking at the hourly time frames to understand. Just delete that box. If you look at the hourly time frames, right? Obviously, we have that alert on the hourly chart. Hit our take profit level 1. We got out at level 1 because kind of really push all the way down to level 2. Oh well. You wouldn't have lost anything on that one. Point of risk management, but besides the point, 1 hour chart, this is a hike in Ashi candles, so we see like the main trend that's happening, right? And see, okay, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Where's our pullback? We didn't have a normal pullback yet. So that will be bound to happen. So it might happen today. That's something we have to pay attention to. If candles get weaker and we see the higher wicks like we do here. We saw wicks here. Price broke through the trend on the daily. We're triangle might be reversing. Still worried about the elections. Oh yeah, man, the elections, really hate how politics affect everything. I hate politics. That's just me. But we will see a pullback sometime in the next couple hours, most likely, because candles are getting weaker. Sellers are really trying to step in. Buyers are just barely holding. So we might end up getting like a little reversal, hopefully down to the 200 EMA in the hourly chart, and then we can bounce back up. That's normal move with the market, right? You can see right here, pushed up, came down, we'll start pushing up again. And if we want to finally make that move to the upside and understand the trend to move the upside, I'll show you an example of what happens when we're making those moves, right? So here, same situation, right? We just pushed up, pushed up, pushed up, pushed up. We get these little red candles, and then we push up again. Because, sellers have to step in, buyers have to be taken out for a while. That's part of the market. We can't be green every single day. But I think we will probably get a little bit of a sell-off, maybe for a few hours or so, just like this, or here like this, before we continue to move to the upside. And if we look at the daily, right, we are finally making that push up, but It might get some. It still needs it's a little bit of pullback in the hourlies before we just continue that move up. How long have I been trading? My trading started back in like 2014. I was very young when I started trading, but like that's when I, trial and error came in. I traded through college, and then after I graduated and everything, started trading full time. I worked a corporate job, then I started trading full time because I was like, I don't like corporate. But this has been my trading really started from 2014. Oh, that's awesome. And I think like one of the things like I found funny, like was a chef for a big corporation. Okay. Yeah, man, corporate kind of sucks. Like I was working for a financial institution before, and it was, don't get me wrong, people were great, loved the company, their benefits were great. It's just my mindset wasn't geared toward sitting in that cubicle every day. So that's why, like, I was like, and I've always wanted to trade, right? So it's like I've always been trading, I've always been like learning about the markets, and I finally just like, why am I sitting here when I could just make money with the markets, right? But to do that, I also make my plan, my game plan, also saved up so that I can afford all my expenses before I do anything, right? That was a big process. And I had loans that I had to pay off first, and that was a big part. I wasn't going to quit my job until I paid off my loans. I paid off my loans. Then I quit 1 month after I paid off my loans. My student loans, not personal loans. I don't have any personal loans. I don't want to have any personal loans. Studying finance in school and just understanding like personal finance itself and telling people on how to manage their finances. My friends, I would be stupid to get a personal loan for anything. I'm a person that I'd rather just pay cash for everything. I mean, I'll use my credit card, but like obviously only with the amounts of stuff that I can afford to buy. Realize life is too short to have risk and do what you love. I agree with you, Chuck. Life is too short, man. Like you see people like there's stories that happen, and you got to do what you love, man. Like why suffer your whole life doing something that you don't like just because it's easier? I'm not saying you have to quit your job today. Be very careful. Like obviously talk to whoever you're with, your family, your friends before you do everything. But make a game plan. Start on the side, right? When I was at my corporate, I still had my charts up. Nobody would see it because like I would just switch through the tabs. Like I'd have all the alerts come up on my phone, and then I'd have trading view up because it was web based, and I could just trade from there. I didn't have to download the software. I didn't have to download anything to the work computer, and I would still have access to trade because I can trade right on trading view, which was awesome. I got my alert. I would check on my chart real quick when nobody was around me. I would enter a trade, and that's how I started picking up. Obviously, don't tell my previous boss that, but you know. So I am a funded trader by Top Step, but I do trade my personal money as well. That's why stocks is all my personal money, and then options as well, my personal money, and then I am starting a new micros account with my personal money to show you guys that you can trade with a smaller account and just swing trade it. So I will be starting that. I'm just waiting to hear back from Tradeovate so that they can just create that new account for me, let me put the funds in for it, and then hopefully by the end of this week we can get that rolling. But I think Top Step is a great platform, especially if you're trading futures, man. It's like, let's be honest, like if they're saying, oh, give us like 150 a month and we'll give you the capital to trade with like 50K or whatever account that you choose, right? And if you're a disciplined trader and you want to test it out without losing your own money, this is a great way because at 150 you can lose on one trade trading your own money, or you can use it to do the Top Step platform and get funded by them. I think TradeAway is the commissions are decent. You're gonna pay commissions regardless, but honestly, if you are worried too much about commissions, like if you're worried about is your strategy working and everything, your commissions are a very minute part of everything, especially when they're giving you money to trade with. Enzo, appreciate that. I do gotta set that up. I have to contact Top Step about being an affiliate or anything like that. No, I keep promoting them just for free because I like them. I genuinely like them. Their support team is very helpful. I'm a big fan of them. I love how they do their business. Like they're responsive, they're helpful, they're understanding. So this is just purely my opinion, right? From my experience. I love them. I like the fact that they give traders an opportunity, especially if you're starting out with no money, because obviously you can afford that 150 a month or 200 a month, depending on your account size. And I think they provide a really good opportunity for beginners to really practice, and their rules that they set really discipline you into following a proper risk management plan. Because you're just winging it and saying, "Oh, I'll just let it go. I'll let it ride, or we'll see what happens." That's when we get really screwed over, right? Like that's when traders really get screwed over. But Top Step, they have those specific rules, so they're kind of giving you a mini trading plan to follow, even though they're not. But it's like those rules are in place to protect you. And by following those rules, you realize, hey, how important risk management is, because you're not going to take that trade because you can't risk that much. Like if your drawdown or your max stop loss for the day is only $1,000, then you wouldn't be risking that whole $1,000, right? You'd be looking for plays where you can get in and out, get quick plays, and go from there, right? I think TradeAwait's commissions are only like what 70 round trip. I never really worry about commissions, man. I'm not the best answer. You're better off just going to their website and seeing that. I've never really cared about commissions. I just know it's like part of the game. Like you have to pay your dues somewhere. Obviously, if it was like $5 per trade, I'll be like, okay, I'm not trading that. But I think it's like $3 and some change, or like $1.70 per trade, something like that. So we are getting another alert here. I like the way this is forming, but again, we are rotational, so this has to be, you have to be very careful with this. But might make that push, which I would love to see. But since we are in a rotational side, and this is a higher risk play, right? We're just bouncing back and forth. I might just take one contract. Also, because I normally don't ever trade past like 12, so that's also a big thing. So if I trade this, I will only go in with one contract. You will see that. And I'll probably just take it out at level 2. Thank you for answering that, Chamitich02. I'm sorry, I butchered that name. I'm not the best with pronouncing some stuff. So thank you for answering that. So $2.68 for round trip trade debate. Okay, that's perfect. Bob, I am trading the 5-minute charts. So if you ever want to know the time frame I'm trading, if you see up here, you'll see 5 minutes. So yeah, I am waiting for the close. That's how I enter all my trades, because I avoid double top situations in these plays. So that's what I do. I will wait for that one tick to break above. That's when I'll enter. I'll wait for candle close. That's one of my rule sets. Stocks are a bit sideways right now as well, so it's nothing great happening. So the algo is only available for TradingView. Because with the other platforms, we don't control the access on who has it or anything like that. People have it, they can easily just, we have to protect our code. And to do that, we need to use TradingView because they let us protect our code. They let us make sure everything's safe. And we can control like who has access to it as well, because we keep this as like a monthly subscription. That way people, whoever doesn't want it, they don't want it. That's up to them. Obviously, I will use it because I built this. I love trading the system. Let me just move this to the side, guys. Whoa, it just started pushing up.
Filled.
I'll take it off at 42.25. Up. It's a higher risk play, guys. It's only one contract. We're just going for 237. Keep in mind that in the 5-minute charts, we are creating that little triangle formation, so definitely be careful of that. I'll draw it out for you guys. Obviously, charts get a little bit messy when you start drawing everything out, but I can, so after like reading the charts for so long, I can see these pictures in my head. But like, I know for some beginners, it still takes some time. That's why I drew it out for you guys. Normally, I just see these patterns pop in my head because I understand exactly where lines are going, where the resistance is. Delta's taking that little flip, getting that buying pressure. I like that. I love that you guys are still watching with me. Love seeing that you guys are dedicated and like, you're looking at your charts as well. If you're new, please do hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. It really helps me beat that YouTube algorithm. Trying to get to that 100 subscribers. We're not too far away from that, right? I know you guys can help me out with that. I'm just gonna remove this line now, just because obviously I think you guys got the picture. Yeah, Enzo, you were right, man. You were right. And I will follow your tip, and I will start making those how-to videos to help people learn. I'm going to be doing that this week. I have more time available for me this week, so I'm going to be focusing on creating the YouTube content for people, help them out, learn more. But yeah, Enzo, you were right. I will say that. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher the name, but Achramindich02. How-tos. If you want to know specifics how-tos, please let me know in the Discord, man, or right now in the chat. I will create those videos for you. If I have my knowledge and expertise on that, I will definitely provide videos on it. I will never make videos on something I don't know about. I'm not one of those people trying to push content out. I'm only going to be making videos on something that I have experience with and knowledge over. So if you want, if you want to suggest me some topics, go for it. I am more than happy to create them. Nice buyers piled up on the dome, guys. I love seeing buyers piled up. We just hit take profit level 1. I'll show you guys on the algo. We will be moving our stop up to break even. Hit take profit level 1. So I will be moving my stop up to break even. That way it becomes no risk. I'll just take it off at level 2 because I know we are getting some higher resistance here. It's only one contract. Again, that triangle formation, that ascending triangle, right? Up. See if we can break through, get some buyers to step in. If we do, it will pretty much just push through. I go for level 3. There's higher resistance there, so it's like right now my contract's just trailing. So every point it moves up, it will trail. That way it's in good to go. Make sure you're in break even and plus a tick if you're in this trade with me. Remember, if you're taking a trade, always on your own decision, right? You gotta do your own analysis before you enter. My stop, break even, plus like 3 ticks right now. So regardless of what happens, I'm good with it. Buyers are piling up at 33.40. We can actually push. I'll take it off at 44. See if we can get that nice push. Yeah, man, if you took it on your own analysis, go for it. More than happy to do that. I just don't want to be. I just don't want people to be like, hey, I'm just gonna copy this guy and do that. Because like, I want to make sure people are like making sure what they do. Because I know there's gonna be some beginners that just want to copy trade. But I always suggest, hey, sure this aligns with your trading methods as well. Do your research, do your backtesting before you do anything, right? Just hit take profit level 2, but I am trying to see if we can get that 33.44. Right now, I just have it trailing automatically right now on this one, and it's in profit. I'm gonna let it be. Obviously, if we took 2 contracts, it would have been much nicer, but obviously it was higher risk. That's why we lower our contracts down. And I honestly haven't been trading more than 2 lately. I just don't like the volatility in this, so I don't want to risk that much. Chuck, I agree with that statement. Copying won't make you a better trader because you want to understand, like, there's a lot of people that sell those copy trade services, and I'm just like, dude, why? Because like the minute you go away on vacation, they're screwed. The minute something happens to you, God forbid, there's like that person's screwed if they're doing is depending on just copying your trades, right? Have to build that mindset of like, how can I trade by myself and not depend on anybody as well? That you want to learn the skill. You don't want to just be like, hey, I'm just gonna trade this, whatever. That's why I created that free course so people understand. Wait, let me understand the basics first before I do anything. And if I do say you copy me, like Now again, that's your complete personal decision. I never say you have to copy my trade and never promote that ever. But yeah, when you're doing that, it's like understand, hey, like maybe what if my emotions are in play and I'm just having a bad day and I take a bad trade, guess what? That costs you. But if you're like, hey, that's not a trade that he would normally take, what? You could have avoided that situation, right? That's why it's always important to understand your own trading capacity as well as like understanding having that trading knowledge under your belt. Let's see if we can just get that 325. Buyers are really piling up. I love seeing this. It did take profit level 2 right now, but buyers are in control. I'm going to see if I can get it to go to 33.44. I'll show you the algo. Nice example of how it works out, right? We enter one tick above, and we wait. Now our break even's at 37.50, and then plus a couple, well, plus one tick right now and more because it's just trailing it. But at level 2, hitting a little bit of resistance happens all the time. Nothing to worry about. And then we're going for 33.44. And then after that trade hits, I will probably be done for the day because I am starting to get hungry. It is lunchtime. So it depends on your algo, right? This took a very long time. It wasn't like something that happened in a day or anything. I would love it if it happened in a day, but it depends on your algo, man. It depends on what type of instruments that you're using and what type of analysis that you're putting into it. And your coder, right? Are they a fast coder? Are they knowledgeable? Are you paying them a good amount, like to have that knowledge, or are they just like a beginner guy that's like trying to figure everything out? So it's always different for all coders. This took a while. I don't know the exact date, but it took a while. Because there's multiple versions before I actually released, right? I created one. I was like, okay, but then we could add this feature to it and add this feature to it, and kept building on it. And that's what really takes some time because they have to check for bugs and everything with their code. So I know very minimal coding. I'm not an expert at coding. I will never say I'm an expert at coding. I know very minimal stuff, but then I have hired people to help me out with coding everything out. Yeah, I'm still in this trade, guys. It is still live. It's at 250 profit right now. If you just started getting into coding, then it will probably take a little bit of time, but once you get that practice under your belt, that's when you'll see some good results. You can build your own stuff. But all this, like the whole algo, is built on my personal trading system that I used to pretty much use manually. And then I added some features to it and just became even better. Helps me make money. It really just made my life a lot easier from, all the analysis, because like now I can just set the alerts on TradingView. Click that alert button at the top, set it for the buy or the sell. Whenever I get that, I look at the chart, I'm like, okay, like the setup. Boom, I'm in. Trying to see if we can just get up to 33.44. I'm just gonna take it out. I'm taking out these lines. These are annoying me now. I like having my charts very clean. Yeah, so it doesn't take anything above or below 200 EMA because I like to make sure it's following that trend, right? It does provide higher probability, and that's why I added that in. Before, yeah, you would still get into these big, massive moves that happen underneath the 200 EMA, but it just wasn't worth it because, like, when I was testing it out, doing some results and everything, it just didn't make sense. Like, it's better to not have that risk under your belt. And that's great that you started learning Python, man. That's definitely something I can't do anymore. I don't like, learning like coding like in depth was never for me. My skills were always analyzing everything, creating systems, but creating the processes that the coders can use, but not physically coding. Oh, end zone. That blows, but don't worry, man. You always get another trade. Let's see if we can just push up right now. Because it's really bouncing off of that. I'll take profit level at level 2. It is very mind numbing, that's for sure. It's like when I went to college, my first year, I was actually a computer science major. Like, okay, let me get into this. This is like where everything's moving towards, which it is. Big money can be made in computer science. But I took those classes, man. I was like, nope, I could not do it. So then I had to overload on my other classes, and then that way I graduate on time and everything. That summer was annoying, but everything worked out for the best now. I get to pursue my passion, get to do what I love. I'm happy. I would always get out to profit level. Yeah, if you see a triple top, then that's a very good indication of, just getting out because that's when reversals do happen. Right now, I'm just letting it ride out. It'll give me like 325 in profit. If not, I'm guaranteed 125 in profit at the moment. So, regardless, I'll still be positive for the day. Obviously, if we took that other trade and it worked out, that would have been beautiful. Buyers are pretty much staying strong. I'm looking at the dome right now. Um, Seems okay to me. I think it'll hit 33.44. Good morning, George. I mean, good afternoon, I guess. It's like 12:57 for me over here. Maybe it's morning for you. Yeah, like if you look at the charts, right, and you see price moving, these levels they always end up price bounces a little bit. Here, first touch, bounce back a little bit. Here, first touch, bounce back a little bit. It's still struggling a little bit, but I wanted to get to level 3. I'm only thinking at 33.44 just because I know there's higher resistance there, so that might not get to it exactly. So that's why I want to close it out early. But I'm just waiting for that little push to pop up. Yeah, man, I agree. But trading is probably the best career out there because, like, one, you're not getting bossed around by anyone. Nobody's telling you to do something. Like, it's all you. You're responsible for all your actions, right? I love that because, like, I don't want to have to depend on somebody else to do something and like depend on that. It's like I love the fact that it's like, hey, if I mess up, it's completely on me. And I'm a person that's like, if I ever mess up, I agree, I admit it, it's my fault. So it's like I can do that. And yeah, depressions, everything like you trading, you can still go through it. And it saves you so much time. It gives you time to enjoy your day afterwards too. I'm never stuck at my screen for 8 hours, right? I've only been on even I've only been watching these screens more just because I started streaming. But before that, I would literally be doing other stuff and I'd just be waiting for my alerts to come up. And then once I hear them, I come to the computer, put my trade in, and I'll walk away. But now it's like streams, love it, love that you guys, I'm able to talk to you guys. PD Legend market share bosses me around. Yeah, man, it does happen, but you know, it's part of the game, right? Achamindich 02 Jay, checked out your web. Oh, thank you, man. I'm happy you're gonna sign up. If you ever need any help or just want to talk, let me know. Just hit me up in the Discord. You can always talk. I think with the whoever like subscribes to enhanced trades, I'll probably do like a video lesson for them too if they want it. Because like a personal live video lesson, that way they can get all their questions out. Yeah, Enzo, this is a very late trade for me. That is for sure, man. You know I'm always out of here by like 11:30 or so. So does the ever use? Well, the Heikin-Ashi charts are mainly used for understanding the trend, right? It kind of confirms if there's like a trend reversal or trend change, and that's why I use it because I'm a person that trades with momentum. And when you're trading with trying to find momentum moves, you want to make sure the trend is in your direction, and Heikin-Ashi helps you with that, as well as just making your charts much easier to read and it's nice and clean. All the regular candles, it's like very tough, but this, yeah. Achamindich 02. I'm sorry, man. I wish I could pronounce that better for you, but thank you so much. And thank you if you're signing up. Thank you for that. Yeah, man. Heikin-Ashi candle is much cleaner, especially like the higher time frames. I love it. I think we might be getting stopped out for a 125 of profit right now because it is starting to pull back down. That's okay. Sorry, there's like a lot going on in the chat. I'm trying to answer everybody. Um, so PD Legend, you can use the algo on all types of charts. So you can use it on Renko, bar charts, or regular candlesticks. But I found that Heikin-Ashi provides the best results and best probability for success. That's why I recommend that everybody that uses the algo use the Heikin-Ashi because you want to have the probability on your side, right? Whatever gives you more probability of winning, that's what you want to have under your belt. So that's why I always suggest, hey, use the Heikin-Ashi candles. It will help you a higher rate of success. That's why I traded with the algo with the Heikin-Ashi because I found good success there. With the regular candlesticks, though, there are a lot more false alerts. That's why I prefer Heikin-Ashis. Chuck, have a nice day, man. Eat good. So I'll show you, right? Trades. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to see if we can hit 33.44. But here, I'll show you PD Legend. If you just click whatever chart, yikes, it will come up on anything. Candlesticks, it will still pop up, but then it's like you might get an earlier alert sometimes, but it's also like you might get a false alert too. With Heikin-Ashis, you kind of remove those false alerts because the trend is still down, and that's why I like that. That's why whenever I use the algo alerts, Heikin-Ashi, it's very easy to switch. All you gotta do is go up here, favor your candles that ever you use. Heikin-Ashi, I love using them. System works amazing on the Heikin-Ashis. So it literally takes one click. So yeah, it will give you different signals on different charts because it's going to be reading that price differently, right? The price action will be different. The candle formation will be different, and the way everything lines up will be different. That's the difference between each candle. Right? If you're in a tick chart, everything pops up differently. So that's why I say just use the Heikinashi. You're better off. This thing will probably take me out right here. Oh well. I'll still be profit of 125 there. I'll still be profit of like probably 60 for the day. I'm trying to wait for it to hit that 325. That'll give us like a nice $200 profit for the day. Again, this is just following our simple level system, right? Nothing too complicated to follow. I made it super easy to follow. Hit level 1, we're at break even. Now it's just trailing because my order was at a trailing stop, so it keeps moving up. But since it hit level 2, it's moved up to 33, 39.75, like 33.40 at the moment. But that way, we always secure our profit if it does reverse on us, right? Because they act as levels and the price bounces back off of them. Like we're seeing right now, price is bouncing right off of it. And I know a PD Legend using different systems and adapting to them sometimes can take some time. That's why I'm always open to just helping you guys out. I have no problem sitting with you guys one-on-one one day. We can make like an appointment. Like if once you download, like once you purchase the Algo, we can sit down in like an hour or two and just talk about how to use it, how best practices, and show you exactly, and then show you how you can use it by yourself, right? For some people, I know they pick it up immediately. So for others, I know it takes more time. That's why I'm here to help. But picking a time for the appointment would be something we have to figure out because
Stop fill.
we just got taken out, guys. It hit our trailer. Now, I've tried a lot of systems. What are EAs? So it's for the Forex, right? Expert advisors. Yeah. But again, this is my breakdown for today. Nothing crazy. We didn't really catch any amazing moves, right? That one big move, if we took our profit off at level 1, we could have made like 500 off of the level 1 target, but I was going for that big move. Oh well. Didn't work out. Like average trade time, 29 minutes and 47 minutes. Guys, this is like ridiculously long for me. I've always been in trades for like a couple minutes. So, and this is part of the market, right? We have to adapt and say, hey, this is what's happening, and we're gonna be okay with it. Some days it happens like that, and I can just enjoy the rest of my day. Some days I'm like, hey, I have to spend my time here. But yeah, this is my profits for the day. It's like 62, not much, but it's okay. I know I'll get more on a different day, so I'm not worried about that. Because I'm not creating daily goals. I have weekly goals that I want to reach, but some days this will happen, 62.50. Some days we'll have those high 700, 800, $1,000 days, and that will be nice. But right now, is that. Yeah, man, expert advisors, I haven't had any luck with them. I've tried them out because they were like so like interesting, right? It's like, oh, they do everything for you. But then I realized with the Forex market, once I started doing more research into it, there's a lot more people scamming in that market than any other market because it's like international and a lot more people do it. So I realized there's a lot more scammers there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll set you up with the free trial today. Probably gonna eat some lunch first, and then once I come back up, I will set it up. I will send you a message and everyone else that asked for the free trial as well, and we can go from there. And I'll be there to answer all your questions with it so that you can use it properly and find success. Sergio, you're right. Green is green. I say that all the time, man. Profit is profit. What do you mean, PD Legend? Even brokers? I don't know. I didn't get that. Oh yeah, the brokers are scammers too. Yeah, man. Yeah, Forex, it's okay. I mean, you got to do it on your own for Forex. I mean, trading in general, you have to do it on your own and use your systems and use your tools that help you. But like, yeah. E Flynn 22. Perfect that you messaged me. I will get back to you on that. I will probably just. Yeah, man. T Flynn, I will message you. I'm just gonna go eat lunch and then I'll come back and then I'll get to all of you guys. So give me like an hour. I want to go cook something real quick. And then, yeah, I'll set everything up for you guys and we can chat. I'll be here. But yeah, it was great talking to you guys today. Love it. I appreciate all the likes. If you haven't liked already, like the video, man. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything, right? Hit that subscribe button. Helps me out so much. Love seeing you guys. I love having this chat too. It's very informative. I like that. I'm glad I can just help people so quickly here when they have questions about like anything, right? I love this. I think like that's one of my like joyful moments. Like whenever I can help somebody, I get really happy. But yeah, we're still making that triangle formation to the upside, right? You guys can see from here to here. Getting a little bit weaker here. It will break through at one point or another. And you can go for that breakout play if you wanted to. That's up to you. PD Legend, I'm glad you learned that, man. I know there's a lot of people that don't know too much about TradingView, even when they use it. I'm like, dude, like it's an amazing platform. Like they do so much. Yeah, man, you just gotta mess around with it. You can have notes, you can write your own scripts, you can set all your alerts. I love the platform. Love it. But yeah, guys, I will go get some lunch. Yeah, I mean sometimes yeah, you can't make everything obvious, right? But yeah, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'm hopping off of the stream now. I will be back tomorrow. We can chat, we can trade, we can bring some profits, find some good moves. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I hope all of you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy it if you're still trading. Hope you bring in some profits as always. And yeah, peace out, guys. Hope you have a nice day.